Prem se bolai Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki. Devotees, let us put our hands together, close our eyes and bow our heads. As we're going to concentrate on that breath, breathe in for a count of 6. Breathe, hold for a count of 3. And then breathe out for a count of 6. And each time we breathe out, we exhale all the negativities, all the stress, all the problems, all the hurt, all the pain dissipates. And each time we inhale positive thoughts, vibrations, positive energy, calming, peaceful, serene. वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शांति है। प्रेम से बोले श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। So devotees, I urge you to have your copy of the Havan booklet. As I mentioned, it will be changed soon, but the mantras that are used will be, some of them will be the same. So we pour water into the hands and wash our hands. Om Shri Hasta Prakshalanam Pratigrihyatam. The mantra just means I wash my hands as an offering to thee. We take the name of the Lord 3 times and sip water, purifying our mind, body and intellect. Om Keshavaya Namaha. Om Madhavaya Namaha. Om Narayanaya Namaha. Wash hands. Om Shri Hasta Prakshalanam Pratigrihyatam. The sprinkling of water to be used in all articles. Om Apavitra Pavitro Va Sarvavastham Gatopi Va Yah Smarit Pundari Kaksham Sabhahyabhyantara Shuchihe. Om Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu. Concentrating on the divine form of Gajanan Swami. ॐ एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय। Offering at the base of the Kalsa. Om Kalashasya mukhe Vishnu Kante Rudra Samashrita Mule Tatra Stitho Brahma Madhye Matro Gana Smritaha. Om Shri Kalashadevtaya Namaha. Prem se bole Shri Kalashadevta ki jai. To the divine Shivlingam. Om Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudraha Prachodayat. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Prem se bole Mahapati Mahadeva ki jai. The offering of water. Om Sarva Papa Haram Divyam Gangeyam Nirmalam Jalam Achmanyam Maya Dattam Grihana Parameshwaraha. Chandan. Om Shri Khandam Chandanam Divyam Ganhadyam Sumanoharam Villepannam Sureshreshtha Chandanam Pratigrihitam. An offering of essence. Om Gandhadwaram Duradarsham Nitya Pushpam Kareshinim Ishwarim Sarva Bhutanam Tamihopa Shriyam Gandham Samarpayami. The lighting of the diya, the divine light. Om Siddhi Buddhi Pradedeve Bhukti Mukti Pradayani Mantramurte Saradevi Mahalakshmi Namostute. Decorating with flowers. Om Malyadini Sugandhini Malityadini Ve Prabho Mayanithani Pushpani Grihana Parameshwaraha. Agarbati, incense. Om Vanaspatirasodbhuto Gandhadyo Gandhautamaha Agreha Sarvadevanam Dhupoyam Pratigrihyatam. Shri Dhupam Samarpayami. Om Dhupam Pratigrihyatam. The offering of Naivedyam, Prasad. Om Vanaspatirasodbhuto Gandhadyo Gandhautamaha Agreha Sarvadevanam Dhupoyam Pratigrihyatam. Om Brahmapanam Brahmahavihi Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaiva tena Gantavyam Brahmakarma Samadhina. Hariom Tat Sat. Prem se bole Shri Satya Sanatana Dharma ki jai. Devotees, I hand you over to members of the group. We'll have a few bhajans and kirtans today. Our discourse comes from the Shiv Puran this morning. So
Vande Ganapati Vigana Vinashana हे लंबोदर गजानना वंदे गणपति विघ्न विनाशनम हे लंबोदर गजानना वंदे गणपति विघ्न विनाशनम हे लंबोदर गजानना रिद्धि सिद्धि के दाता तुम हो रिद्धि सिद्धि के दाता तुम हो ऐश शेखर वंदना वंदे गणपति विघ्न विनाशनम हे लंबोदर गजानना जो जावे मांचित पल पावे जो जावे मांचित पल पावे अग्रदेव तुम्हें वंदना अग्रदेव तुम्हें वंदना वंदे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हे लंबोदर गजानना वंदे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हे लंबोदर गजानना रिद्धि सिद्धि के दाता तुम हो रिद्धि सिद्धि के दाता तुम हो ऐश शेखर वंदना वंदे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हे लंबोदर गजानना काम क्रोध मद लोभ वारि हरो काम क्रोध मद लोभ वारि हरो निर्विकार निरमल मना निर्विकार निरमल मना वंदे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हे लंबोदर गजानना वंदे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हे लंबोदर गजानना रिद्धि सिद्धि के दाता तुम हो रिद्धि सिद्धि के दाता तुम हो ऐश शेखर वंदना वंदे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हे लंबोदर गजानना हे लंबोदर गजानना हे लंबोदर गजानना
शारदेमा अज्ञान रासे हमें तार दे माँ हे शारदेमा अज्ञान रासे हमें तार दे माँ हे शारदेमा अज्ञान रासे हमें तार दे माँ तुझसे, हर शब्द तेरा है, हर गीत तुझसे। हम हैं अकेले, हम हैं अधूरी, तेरी शरण हमें तार दे माँ। ये शारदे माँ, ये शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ।
मुनियों ने समझी, गुनियों ने जानी, वेदों की भाषा पुराणों की जानी। मुनियों ने समझी, गुनियों ने जानी, वेदों की भाषा पुराणों की वाणी। हम भी तो समझे, हम भी तो जाने, विद्या का हमको अधिकार दे माँ। ये शारदे माँ, ये शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। तू श्वेत वर्णी कमल पे विराजे, हाथों में वीणा मुकुट सर पे साजे। तू स्वर की देवी कमल पे विराजे, हाथों में वीणा मुकुट सर पे साजे। हमसे हमारे मिटाते अंधेरे, हमको उजालों को संसार दे माँ। ये शारदे माँ, ये शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। ये शारदे माँ, ये शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ। अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ।
जय शिव शंकर, जय शिव शंकर, जय शंकर बोले। सब देवों में देव निराले, जय बम बम बोले।
जय शिव शंकर, जय शिव शंकर, जय शंकर बोले। सब देवों में देव निराले, जय बम बम बोले।
जय शिव शंकर, जय शिव शंकर, जय शंकर बोले। सब देवों में देव निराले, जय बम बम बोले।
जय शिव शंकर, जय शिव शंकर, जय शंकर बोले। सब देवों में देव निराले, जय बम बम बोले।
महादेव तुम्हें ही तो सब देवों का संताप हरा। सागर मंथन में निकला विष्णु ने अपने कंठ हरा। महादेव तुम्हें ही तो सब देवों का संताप हरा। सागर मंथन में निकला विष्णु ने अपने कंठ हरा। इसलिए हे प्राणी तुझको नीलकंठ बोले। सब देवों में देव निराले, जय बम बम बोले। जय शिव शंकर, जय शिव शंकर, जय शंकर बोले। सब देवों में देव निराले, जय बम बम बोले। देवों में देव निराले जय बम बम बोले। जय शिव शंकर जय शिव शंकर जय शंकर बोले। सब देवों में देव निराले जय बम बम बोले। शेष तुम्हारे गंगा मैया चंचस कर पे सोहे। तन पे रहते रहते भक्तों के मन मोहे। आ आ शेष तुम्हारे गंगा मैया चंचस कर पे सोहे। तन पे सर्प बिछाते रहते भक्तों के मन मोहे। उसको कैसा कष्ट जगत में नाम तेरे जोले। सब देवों में देव निराले जय बम बम बोले। जय शिव शंकर जय शिव शंकर जय शंकर बोले। सब देवों में देव निराले जय बम बम बोले। जय शिव शंकर जय शिव शंकर जय शंकर बोले। सब देवों में देव निराले जय बम बम बोले। जय बम बम बोले। जय बम बम बोले।
हे दुख भंजन मारुति नंदन सुन लो मेरी पुकार। सुन लो मेरी पुकार। पवन सुत बिनती बारंबार। पवन सुत बिनती बारंबार। हे दुख भंजन मारुति नंदन सुन लो मेरी पुकार। पवन सुत बिनती बारंबार। पवन सुत बिनती बारंबार। अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता। अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता। दुखियों के तुम भाग्य विधाता। दुखियों के तुम भाग्य विधाता। सिया राम के काज सवारे। सिया राम के काज सवारे। मैया पर उधार पवन सुत बिनती बारंबार। पवन सुत बिनती बारंबार। अपरंपार है शक्ति तुम्हारी। अपरंपार है शक्ति तुम्हारी। तुम पर विदय अवर बिहारी। तुम पर विदय अवर बिहारी। भक्ति भाव से जाओ तो है। भक्ति भाव से जाओ तो है। कर दुखों से पार। पवन सुत बिनती बारंबार। पवन सुत बिनती बारंबार। जप निरंतर नाम तिहारा, जप निरंतर नाम तिहारा। अब नहीं छोड़ू तेरा द्वारा, अब नहीं छोड़ू तेरा द्वारा। राम भक्त मोहे शरण मिली जय, राम भक्त मोहे शरण मिली जय। भाव सागर से पार पवन सुत विनती बारंबार, पवन सुत विनती बारंबार। हे दुख भंजन मारुति नंदन, सुन लो मेरी पुकार, सुन लो मेरी पुकार। पवन सुत विनती बारंबार, पवन सुत विनती बारंबार, पवन सुत विनती बारंबार।
प्रेम से बोले श्री पामपुत्र हनुमान की। Devotees, let us put our hands together, close our eyes and bow our heads. Before we delve into the holy pages of the Shiva Mahapurana, let us first invoke the presence of Gajanan Swami, Devi Mata Saraswati, Guruji, and of course Shiv Shankar Bhagwan. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvara Saraswati Namastubhyam Vardhe Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sara Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Kaupura Gauram Karunavataram Samsarasaram Bhujagendraharam Sada Vasantam Hridayadvinde Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami Om Namah Shivaya प्रेम से प्रेमापति महादेव की जय। गौरी शंकर पद कमल प्रेम सहित ही अलाय, श्रीमद शंभु पुराण की भाषा रचह सुभाय। श्रुति समवेद अनादि शिव सांब सचिदानंद, निर्गुम ब्रह्म विलक्ष एक ध्यायामि सुखघन। जेहि की माया पाय जग भव पालन लय होय, स्वंभु स्वयंभु जासे बला पावत गौरव दोय। तिनको माधव रवि गणा धीश शिव युत ध्यान, जो निज जन के अंग सकल चिन्मय देत बहाय। माता पिता गुर भारती वेद व्यास मुनि, प्रेम सहित कर जोर कर सबहि नवावहु शीश। सप्त सहित सहित श्री शिव पुराण सुखधान भुक्ति मुक्तिदायक सुगम भक्तन जीवन प्राण काशी पालक शिव सुमिरी गिरिजा गणपति ध्यान शुभवीरेश्वर संहिता तीक लिखत बनायो शिवजी तीक लिखत बनाए तीक लिखत बनायो शिवजी तीक लिखत बनाए। प्रेम से ब्रह्मापति महादेव की जय। So devotees, we're going to do two things. We're going to discuss a story, a very popular story, and we're going to put some interpretations into it based on our knowledge. Devotees, today's katha comes from the whole pages of the Shiv Purana, as I mentioned, the Vidyeshwar Samhita, one of the early parts of the Shiv Purana. And you would have heard this story before, but as I mentioned, we're going to put it in a little context that is applicable, understandable, and relevant. So there is this, you know how Bhagwan Vishnu, he is there in Vaikunt Lok, and his duty is preservation of the universe. And he is pictured in Kshir Sagar, the ocean of Kshir, milk, lying there on Sheshnag. And he's in peace, at peace. And as all good wives do, what they do when their husband is comfortably resting and so on, you inform them that they have to cut the grass and that you have to fix the leaking faucet and that the toilet not flushing. All right, when a Sunday afternoon after they had their lunch and so on, that is the perfect time to approach them and tell them that. Don't do that. So he's there, and as all Lakshmi Mata, you know, that picture of her massaging the feet of Bhagwan Shri Vishnu. And I mentioned, we spoke about that before. This is representative of Lakshmi Mata in whatever form, be it dutiful wife or be it financial situation, must assist in the support of Lord Vishnu. Even though he's lying, at some point he will get up. And that finances and so on must be there to support the work that he does, which is preservation of the universe. So that's a symbolic interpretation of it. So he is there, and Lord Vishnu is sleeping or is tired, and Lord Brahma approaches him. He comes to Vaikunt Lok, and he approaches Lord Vishnu. And you know, some of us, we sleep like we're dead. You know, some of us, especially the younger ones on mornings to go to school, for some reason, that's difficult to get up. You know, that'll sleep till lunchtime if you give them a chance to. But, you know, you have to get up and do your duties. So, Lord Brahma approaches. Lord Brahma is the creator, as we know. And he sees Lord Vishnu asleep, and Lord Vishnu does not get up to acknowledge him. And Brahmaji gets very upset. He's very perturbed by this because he views this, as it probably is, as disrespectful. As disrespectful to him as a person, disrespectful to his position. So, Lord Brahma says, "You are behaving like an arrogant person. Don't you see that I have come here? I am the great grandsire, the aged one, the one who creates all that you have to preserve. And you have shown me scant respect." And listening to the words of Brahma, Lord Vishnu, he was upset within because probably Lord Brahma didn't understand the situation that he was resting. But he did not show it. And he said, "You are welcome to take your seat here." And Lord Brahma is upset still. He doesn't take his seat. And there ensues an altercation over a simple thing. because of the egos, the clash of egos, Lord Vishnu does not want to get up to acknowledge him, and Lord Brahma does not want to take that apology and do the right thing and put it behind him. And they started to insult each other. And while that insult was going on, the gods were looking over them and seeing what's going on. These are two powerful individuals who have an altercation. And how they react, how they act and react, people observe. Just as us as parents, how we act, react, and how we deal with situations, we might not know it, but the younger ones are looking and they're observing, and chances are they will act in similar manner. So, the gods, they look across and they see. And this altercation and insults eventually reaches a stage where there is a physical fight, weapons and so on. And seeing this, the gods decided to go to Lord Shankara to put an end to this display. This which is not ordained in our scriptures, they want to put an end to it. Why should there be fighting? Why should one devata feel that they are better than another? So, what happened? Bhagwan Shankara approaches them in a very wonderful form. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Let's chant the name of Shankar Bhagwan. Friday we will be celebrating, commemorating Lord Shiva's advent. Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Someshwara, Shiva Someshwara, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Someshwara, Someshwara, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Te astra chapi sajwale, Loka samhara makshame, Nipeta tukshane naiva, Yavirbhuti mahanale. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. Prem se Premapati Mahadev ki Jai. So Bhagwan Shankara takes the form of a column of light, and you've heard the story, and fixes himself between these two parties. He's now going to play mediator. You know, like right now there's this war. Where's this war? There's a war going on. Anyone can tell me where? There are several wars going on. One is Ukraine, Russia. One is in Yemen. There are civil wars going on within countries. And there is the war, Israel-Palestine war. But Lord Shiva decides he's going to mediate now, but he does it in his own way. He appears as a massive, brilliant, bright, shining column of light between Lord Brahma and Bhagwan Shri Vishnu. And the weapons that are thrown, te astra chapi sajwale. Astra means weapon. The weapons that are thrown, loka samharan akshami, they are enough to destroy the entire universe. Because you know there's a statement, when elephants fight, the grass gets what? Trampled. So when powers fight, we bear the brunt of it. So these weapons that are thrown are enough to destroy this entire universe. However, the weapons, when they reach that column of light, Lord Brahma is throwing his weapon and Lord Vishnu is throwing his weapon, they are destroyed, or they fall straight down. And they are destroyed and they are reduced to ashes when they fall, when they reach this column of light. And observing this, they both stopped immediately. And they started to look and they said, what is this? What is this magnificent form? What is this pillar of light? Atinindriyam idam stambham. Stambha in Sanskrit means pillar or post. What is this pillar of light that appears before us? And then thinking that they can find the cause or the root or the beginning and the end of this column of light, they came upon a plan. They said, you know what? What we will do, both of us will embark on a journey. And we will try to find the beginning and the end of this column of light. Lord Vishnu took the form of Varaha Avatar, which is the boar. A boar meaning like a, I don't want to say the word, but it's a boar, a wild boar. Right? H-O-G, P-A-I-G, so you know what? A boar, B-O-A-R, right? Took that form and decided he's going down and we will find the end of this column of light. Bhagwan Brahma, Lord Brahma, decided that he will go upon his swan because, you know, his consort is Saraswati. So they use the swan. He goes upon the swan and he will go up and find the top of this column of light. But unfortunately, after a long while, nothing happens. Nothing happens. They go from an immense length of time and they cannot find the end of this column of light. And what happened? Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hare Hare Bole Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hare Hare Bole Namah Shivaya, Rameshwara Shiva Rameshwara, Hare Hare Bole Namah Shivaya, Rameshwara Shiva Rameshwara, Hare Hare Bole Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hare Hare Bole Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hare Hare Bole Namah Shivaya. Kim Tvam Pattase Bhushesha Pushparatkin Vedritha Ahimasya Prameyasya Stambham Chatadishtaram. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hare Hare Bole Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Hare Hare Bole Namah Shivaya, Hare Hare Bole Namah Shivaya, Hare Hare Bole Namah Shivaya. Principal Mahapati Mahadeva ki Jai. Lord Brahma, on his journey, he sees something approaching him from somewhere that he thinks is the top of this column of light. And it happened to be this flower, a particular flower called the Ketaki flower, or the Ketaka flower. And this flower is falling on its way down. And this Ketaki flower, it had been separated when this column of light appeared. It was separated from its stem. And now it has been dislodged and it is falling. And Brahmaji says, Kim tvam patasi pushesha. He says, "O king of flowers, why are you falling? Who has held you? Where have you come from?" Then the Ketaki flower said, "Pushparat kena vaidritaha adi masya parameyasya." Says that I had been here before the creation of this column of light, and I became lodged in the middle of it. So even though Lord Brahma has reached as far as he can go, this Ketaki flower says that he is coming from above Lord Brahma, and says that he was lodged in the middle somewhere, because he doesn't know either of this column of light. And he says, to this day, I have not been able to locate the beginning or the end of it. There is no hope for you. You give up. Look at your condition. Look at how you're looking. You are tired. You're fatigued. And I have come from way above you. I've fallen for so long, and I've now reached you, and I have not reached the end. He said, don't even bother. So Lord Brahma says, you know what? Let me come up with a plan. And this is where, when someone doesn't accomplish a task, they're always looking for some smart way to get out of it, some easy way to do something. Now, you can conserve energy and you can conserve hard work by working smarter, but in this case, it's a different kind of smart. So he says, here what will happen. While you are falling, I will go with you, and we will meet Lord Vishnu, and he don't have to know anything. We will tell him that we have reached the top, that I have reached the top, and you were there to witness it. You were there as witness. So he returned to the middle, and while there now, he looked at Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma this is, and he says, "Oh Hari, I have reached the top of this pillar of light." And Lord Vishnu says, "But I find that impossible to believe. I have dove down and I could not reach the end of it. Are you sure?" And obviously he says that I have my witness. And all of us, we have a witness. We have that one person who will go to court and will put up their hand on the holy books and still life orient. That's a good friend, huh? We have that one person. We can say, if after bury a dead body, that is the person I call it. So he says, I have this witness, this Ketaki flower. And the poor Ketaki flower decides that he's going to go along with it because he doesn't see any harm in it. So he tells a lie, an untruth. And he says that, I have noticed and I have observed and I have witnessed. I was there present when Lord Brahma reached the top of this pillar of light. This pillar of light was none other than Bhagwan Shankara in that wonderful Jyotirlingam form. And Lord Shiva decided at that moment that he is going to teach them a lesson. So at that very moment, Bhagwan Shankara appears from this pillar of light. And he's going to now punish Brahmaji and this Ketaki flower for the deed that they have done. This emerging from this pillar, this Jyotir, this brilliant flame, Lord Shiva comes out. And he says, "Oh, Ketaki flower, you have told an untruth, and in telling an untruth, you have to be punished. So from henceforth, you will not be used in my worship." And this Ketaki flower, feeling now so aggrieved, begs. He says, "Oh Shankara Bhagwan, please, I ask for forgiveness. Kshama karo." And Lord Shankara looks and he says, he has a heart. He says, but what I have said will come true. Once someone says, and once they have that siddhi and they say something, he says it will come true. You will not be used in my puja. However, to all the other devatas, you will be very special to them. And you can be used in their puja. And even in decorating the mandap, for me, for puja, during the performance of puja, even though you will not be used in my worship directly, you can be used in decorations and so on. And the Ketiki flower understands and claps his hands, if it were, and says, I accept that. Now he turns to Brahmaji. And Brahmaji, who is supposed to know better, Lord Brahma is supposed to know better. The thing is, someone does something wrong, but if they don't know better, we kind of forgive them, Not so? So if a child does something wrong, as we say wrong, and they do not know better, our duty is to teach them better and to guide them on the correct path. We may take different ways of doing that. But if they know better and they still do the wrong things, then that's much, much worse. So Lord Brahma, who is the beginning of creation, he created this entire universe and should know better. He decides that now he will have to show him a lesson. And what happened? Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya,
Har Har Bole Namah Shivaya. हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय
ससर जात महादेव पुरुषं कचिदद्भुतं भैरवक्यं भुवर्मध्यात् प्रदर्भजिगरासय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय हर हर बोले नमः शिवाय। प्रेम से ब्रह्मावली महादेव की जय। ससर जातः महादेव, Lord Mahadev, Lord Shiva, out of his brows, from between his brows where the third eye resides, came this massive, huge, terrible form to put an end to Lord Brahma's lying ways. Purusham kaschidadbhutam, this massive form, Bhairava Vakyam Bhruvo Madhyat, called Bhairava. Lord Bhairava is there and he comes out of the third eye of Lord Shiva. And he is there standing before Lord Brahma. This form, this dark form of Lord Shiva, this form that is the form of dharma, that dispenses dharma. And it says, Namaste Natme Janma. Says, oh Bholenath, looks at Lord Shiva, this Kal Bhairava, who is none other than an incarnation of Lord Shiva. And he says, oh Nath, oh Bholenath, you direct me what to do. You tell me what I should do. Imagine that, huh? He takes the initiative and he says, you tell me what to do. Lord Shiva says, go to Brahmaji and sever that head, because that head had offended dharma. And Kal Bhairava, Lord Bhairava, takes that sword, approaches Lord Brahma, severs the head that initially, Lord Brahma had 5 heads at that time, severed cut off that head of Lord Brahma, held it in his hand, and till today, that image of Kal Bhairava that we know has that head of Brahmaji. You've seen? In his hands. And he approaches Lord Brahma to cut off the other heads. And then Lord Vishnu, same Lord Vishnu who Lord Brahma was cursing and fighting with, asks for forgiveness for Lord Brahma and says, be merciful upon him, O Lord Shankara. Please, have some compassion. He has suffered enough by the loss of this head. So Lord Brahma directs Kal Bhairava to stop, and then he blesses Brahma and tells Lord Brahma, he says that you will be present for all yajnas, but because you have told a lie, no mandirs will be dedicated towards your worship, specifically for your puja. So this is why you'd have lots of mandirs dedicated to Lord Shiva, many mandirs dedicated to Devi Mata, to Lord Ganapati, to various forms of Lord Vishnu. But Lord Brahma, doesn't have any, or very few, in fact. Those that decided to do so later on, maybe one or two. But he's not worshipped in any way, form or fashion, anywhere close to Lord Vishnu or Lord Shankara or Devi Mata or Lord Ganesha. And this is the curse that he has to bear. Prem se bole Srimapati Mahadeva ki jai. And the Kal Bhairav story goes on to say that Kal Bhairav, he also had to pay his dues because he had cut off the head of a Brahman. So this Brahma Hatya, he had to pay for that. So Lord Shiva told him to go to all the corners of the world, walk this entire world, and when that time is right, that head will fall from your hands. And Kal Bhairav, who is called the Lord of the land, Lord of time, the master, he went through this entire world, and when he arrived at Kashi in Varanasi, Benares, that head of Brahmaji fell. And right at that spot, there is this mandir that is dedicated to Lord Kal Bhairava. And it is said that he's the protector of Kashi, he's the protector of the land. When you do your Deepuja and so on, this is the Kal Bhairava that we typically associate with it. And he has various manifestations as well. But that's another katha for another time. Today we're going to concentrate on this pillar of light. What does that pillar of light represent? What do you think? It represents Lord Shiva, yes. This is why the Shivlingam is considered spherical, because we have to have, or not spherical, sorry, but elongated or oval shape. Can you tell me where the beginning of the lingam is? Look at the lingam. Tell me where it starts. Where does the lingam start? When you get married, and one of the items that they give is a ring, right? And that's not a Hindu custom, right? That is a Western custom. And you know why Hindus accept it as part of our Vivah Samskara, as part of our wedding ceremony? Because they understand the significance of it. That the ring represents the cycle. There is no start or beginning of that ring. In the same way, this lingam has no start, no beginning. It starts wherever you want it to start. This is why typically, and you'd see many people doing that, the tradition is that when you perform arati for the Shivlingam, all the other devatas you can do your arati normal, but for the Shivlingam, what we do, we offer it from side to side, because it is said that we pay homage to the fact that there is no beginning and there is no end. This Jyotirlingam, this brilliant form of light, this pillar of light. So remember when I said this Ketiki flower said that he was there before the start of this pillar of light? When we look at in science, there's this theory called the Big Bang theory, where it is assumed that the universe started from. And do you know scientists have calculated the age of the universe? Because they use the expansion of the various planets and the distance it is from Earth, and they were able to come up with an age, or an approximate age, where the Big Bang occurred. But what was there before the Big Bang? Was there nothingness? And this is where science and Sanatan Dharma can actually teach science some things. Because Sanatan Dharma believes in the constant ebb and flow of the universe. That there is a time when there is a manifestation, and then there's a time when it's in a subtle form. It is said that at the beginning of creation there was this egg, Hiranyagarbha it's called. So that dense form, accordingly, in the Big Bang, and caused all these planets to form. And it is said that Earth actually was formed when two planets collided, and part of them broke out, and one is the moon and so on. Those are theories. But with all the calculations, do you know that there are things in the universe that when they calculate, it is actually older than the supposed start of the universe, when the Big Bang occurred? And they find it very difficult to explain that. Science finds it very difficult to explain that. This beam of light, this Big Bang as it were, there were things that were there before it in a subtle state, and then it manifested. And it will return to that state again. This is the cycle. So that beam of light represents that aspect of creation and dissolution in one theory, in one part. We can think of it like that. Secondly, this light represents the light of wisdom, the light of knowledge, the light of knowing. When you know something, you ever sit in a classroom and the teacher teaches something and you completely lost? You ever felt like that? I felt like that a few times. I had a math teacher, I didn't know what language he used to speak sometimes. For example, algebra, where you have to introduce x and y and so on in maths. And maths is numbers. Not so? And we don't understand it. And that moment of realization, when you understand something, when you grasp it, when that moment of illumination comes, there is a wonderful feeling. A feeling, finally I've gotten it. Finally there's this understanding. Finally a door has been opened to some state. But how do we reach that state? How do we get to the state of knowing? And this is where, well, you all found a verse? What verse? Tell me. Bhagavad Gita. Tie into what we said today. Or you want some time? If you want some time, you can sing two bhajan and then you'll come. Chapter 4, verse 34. In Bhagavad Gita. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, 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 Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Tadvedhi pranipatena pare prashnina sevaya upadeshanti te jnanam jnanaistattva darshinah. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, 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 Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Prem se bole Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai.
Understand the true nature of that knowledge by approaching illuminated soul. If you prostrate at their feet, render them service, and question them with an open and guideless heart, those wise seekers of truth will instruct you in that knowledge.
So this pillar of light brings illumination, brings clarity to the situation. Because it was a misunderstanding between Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu that caused this pillar of light, Lord Shiva, to take this form of this pillar of light, to bring clarity to a situation, to bring understanding, and also to dispense of the karma that's associated with it. So in verse 34, it says, how can we now get clarity? How can we get this jnana, this wisdom? Pranipatena. Pranipatena means with prostrations, humility. Pariprashnena, questioning. All right? Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya, and with seva. So it says with salutations, with reverence, with humility, and you approach who? Approach a knower of truth. Tat vadarshinaha. The knowers of truth, those who know, those who have experience, those who have been through it, those who can advise us, a worthy person, you approach that person. If we have problems with a certain aspect of something, like I always like to use the term about a doctor and a mechanic. If we have problems with our, like you find that your digestion, this acid building up now, eating too much, you don't know if it's eating too much curry or whatever. Will you go by your mechanic and tell him, you say, switch off the vehicle and so on, and say, here we're going on, Bolo, or whatever your mechanic name, I don't know. Bolo, acid building up here, you have, anything you could help me with that? Well, unless he's a doctor as well, or somebody who knows bush medicine, mightn't be appropriate. Or you go by your doctor, and you wait and you take a number and you sit, and then you go to your doctor and say, Doc, here we're going on now. Again, I'll back pressure on the car when I start, and the transmission jerking a little bit. Well, unless he has knowledge on that topic, he may not be the best person to advise you. So the person to approach is someone who has knowledge, not the best singer devotees, not the one who could tell you a good story, not the one who could take you back to the old days when things was nice and you used to put your gold bearer in a Danish butter tin cookie pan and put it under the bed. If your satsang degenerates to that, nothing is wrong with giving it as an analogy, But if satsang is all about that, or it's all about entertainment and so on, devotees, that may not be the best person to give us knowledge. It might be the best person to comfort us. And there's a little difference. There's a big difference, actually. So we approach the knowers of that truth. Don't approach anybody named Noah. Noah might be good, but those who know, those satsangi, and how we approach them, Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, he says, you ask them questions, repeatedly ask them questions, things that you don't know. That's the purpose of it. I love questions. I love when people ask questions. The word for questions in Sanskrit is prashna. Continually ask them questions. Pariprashnena, right? Ask them questions over and over. Not the same question. Learn something, ask them a different question. But he says, panipatina, with prostrations, with humility, you approach them and sevaya, render to them service. Those who uphold dharma, those who have that knowledge, you render to them service. You do service for them. This is not for them. This is for you. This is for me, who I approach a guru. I approach in that manner, with service. And he says, serve them, question them, and then they will impart to you, those wise men, jnaninaha, jnanam, they will reveal that knowledge, that jnana to you, that wisdom, that clarity. But you have to make the first step. Devotees, you can lead a horse to water, but you cannot let them drink. As much as I try to help persons and I feel that I can make a difference, sometimes you have to know that it is not your place to say anything, to interject. Because the moment you do so, you might be held, you might be the one. Like Lord Shiva was lucky here, and he part fight, but he's this impressive individual who no one can harm or anything. But you try breaking up a fight now. The first step in any altercation, in anything, is that you must make the first step. There are many people, devotees, will come when things are problematic in their life. I'm living witness to that. Many people come when things are going bad, when they want assistance, when things are not, and it is our duty to help. We are given that opportunity. So we make use of that. But you see, when time to give thanks, when things get better, people forget. They hold on, they will reach out to God and be the greatest devotee when things are not going well. But from the time things get better, God, nah, it's chatani. You're going down so on Sunday morning, nah. Saturday night, I'm in. Get up Sunday morning. Mandir, nah. When things happen again, we come again. Oh, people tree, please help me. I am in problems. Devotees, we become a spiritual thief. Karma doesn't work like that. You get assistance, you have to give thanks as well. You have to have that humility. So when someone who knows, you approach them in this manner, with prostrations, with humility, and you render them service. And the next verse he says, Yajñatva napunar moham evam yasyasi pandava. Oh, son of Pandu. Knowing this knowledge, when they impart this knowledge onto you, you will not fall again into delusion. This absolute knowledge of the truth, you will not fall again into delusion. But sometimes devotees, like a teacher has to teach. That's their job. They have to get their passes and try to get the best out of a child. But for some reason, that child thinks the teacher don't like them. Not so? Or I don't like him. Devotees, for a true teacher, there's very little like or dislike. You may not like certain ways or attitudes and so on, but to say as a person, no. So we have embarked, I'm very invested in knowledge. You know why? Many of the classes that we have, even the mantras in teaching Havan and so on, if I impart whatever I know to 10 people or 5 people, and each one of those 5 people decide that they are going to impart to 5 people again, that's how this knowledge is maintained. And that's how it grows, and that's how it spreads. So every time you're given the opportunity to learn something, do so. You do so. So devotees, when things are not going right, when things are not as they should, you reach out to God. We are given that opportunity. Lord Shiva sees that. That pillar of light will appear before us. When we come before the lingam, and we are given that opportunity here every Sunday morning. We are given that opportunity as long as we have programs here. You go to the lingam, Shiv Lingam, and you pray with all your heart. And for those of you who really know that devotion, you will feel the presence of that lingam in your life. So I urge you all, as we prepare for Shivratri, to please avail yourself of these opportunities in life. Prem se bole Mahapati Mahadev ki jai. Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukhameva Bandhanam Mamritat. Om Namah Shivaya. Brahma Murare Sorachithalingam Nirmal Bhashit Shobhitalingam Janma Jadukha Vinashanalingam Tat Pranamami Sada Shivalingam.
Om Namah Shivaya.
मुनिपर्वाचितलिङ्गं कामदहं करुणाकरलिङ्गं रावणदर्पविनाशनलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम् ॐ नमः शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय
सर्वसुगन्धिसुलेपितलिङ्गं बोधिविवर्धनकारणलिङ्गं सेदिसुरसुरवन्दितलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम् ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 कनकमहामणिभूषितलिङ्गं फणिपतिवेसितशोभितलिङ्गं दक्षसुयज्ञविनाशनलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम् ॐ नमः शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय
कुङ्कुमचन्दनलेपितलिङ्गं पङ्कजहारसुशोभितलिङ्गं सञ्चितपापविनाशनलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम् ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय
देवगणाचितसेवितलिङ्गं भावरभक्तिभिरेवितलिङ्गं दिङ्करकोटिप्रभाकरलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम्
ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय
अष्टदलोपरिवेष्टितलिङ्गं सर्वसमोद्भवकारणलिङ्गम् अष्टदरिद्रविनाशनलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम् ॐ नमः शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय
सुरगुरुसुरवरपूजितलिङ्गं
सुरवनपुष्पसराजितलिङ्गं
परम परमात्मलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम् ॐ नमः शिवाय
ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय
महादेव की बोले शंकर भगवान की What is now? Hawan?
As we light the horn, Om Shri Agni Namaha. Of our water. Om Sarva Papaharam Divyam Kangeyam Nirmalam Jalam Achmanyam Mayadatam गृहाणा परमेश्वरः ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः स्वाहा ॐ श्री गुरवे नमः स्वाहा ॐ श्री अग्नये नमः स्वाहा ॐ माता पिता चरणकमलभ्यो नमः स्वाहा ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ नमः शिवाय स्वाहा ॐ श्री अष्टलक्ष्म्यै नमः स्वाहा ॐ श्री दुर्गाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ श्री हनुमते नमः स्वाहा ॐ श्री महाकाली माताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा ॐ श्री कालभैरव बाबाभ्यो नमः ॐ श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ श्री सीता रामचंद्राय नमः स्वाहा ॐ श्री सूर्यादि नवग्रहदेवताय नमः स्वाहा ॐ श्री स्थानदेवताय नमः स्वाहा ॐ श्री ग्रामदेवताय नमः स्वाहा ॐ श्री इष्टदेवताय नमः स्वाहा ॐ श्री कुलदेवताय नमः स्वाहा ॐ श्री वासुदेवताय नमः स्वाहा ॐ श्री युगदेवताय नमः स्वाहा ॐ प्राणाय स्वाहा ॐ अपानाय स्वाहा ॐ व्यानाय स्वाहा ॐ उदानाय स्वाहा ॐ समानाय स्वाहा ॐ भू स्वाहा ॐ भुवः स्वाहा ॐ स्वः स्वाहा ॐ महः स्वाहा ॐ जनः स्वाहा ॐ तपः स्वाहा ॐ सत्यं स्वाहा गायत्री मंत्र ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ सर्वदेवताभ्यो नमः स्वाहा ॐ सर्वदेवीभ्यो नमः स्वाहा ॐ सर्वदेवता सर्वदेवी ब्राह्मणीभ्यो नमः स्वाहा.
Devotees, let us please stand for Puranahuti, final offering. And devotees, this week will be an intense one of fasting and devotion. We ask Shankar Bhagwan, before we come to you on Friday, please allow us that opportunity to cleanse our minds, bodies and intellect from all negativity. Let us always be positive. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ सर्वं वै पुनगम्भ्यो नमः स्वाहा. Wash hands. Offer water. Om sarvapapaharam divyam on the smoke. Om vanaspatirashodbhuto gandhadyo gandhautamah agreh sarvadevanam dhupoyam pratigrihyatam. Devotees take the blessings of the Havan, pass it over our body 3 times. Prem se bole Shri Satya Sanatan Dharma ki jai. Let's remain standing for Arti. While Arti is in progress, please feel free to come forward and take the blessings of the various murtis and so on. Om Sajam Chavarti Samyuktam Bahina Yojitam Maya Deepam Grihana Devesha Trailokyam Timirapaham Yani Kani Chapapani Janmanta Kritani Cha Tani Tani Vishanti Pradakshana Pade Pade. Om Jai Shiva Omkara Prabhu Har Shiva Omkara Brahma Vishnu Sada Shiva Brahma Vishnu Sada Shiva Ardhangi Dhara. Om Jai
Shiva Omkara.
Ekhanan Chaturanana Panchanan Raje Swami Panchanan Raje Hansasana Garurasana
Hansasana Karunasana
Vrishvahan Saje. Om Jai Shiva Omkara. दो भुज चारु चतुर्भुज दस भुज अति सोहे स्वामी दस भुज अति सोहे. तीनों रूप निरखते
तीनों लोक निरखते
त्रिभुवन जन मोहे. ओम जय शिव ओंकारा. अक्षमाला वनमाला मुनमाला धारी स्वामी मुनमाला धारी. चंदन मृगमद सोहे
चंदन मृगमज सोहे
भाल शशिधारी. ओम जय शिव ओंकारा. श्वेतांबर पीतांबर भागंबर अंगे स्वामी भागंबर अंगे. ब्रह्मादिक सनकादिक
ब्रह्मादिक सनकादिक
गीतादिक संगे. ओम जय शिव ओंकारा. करमध्ये कमंडलो चक्र त्रिशूलधारी स्वामी चक्र त्रिशूलधारी. सुखकारी दुखहारी
सुखकारी दुखहारी
जगपालनकारी. ओम जय शिव ओंकारा. ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव जानत अविवेका स्वामी जानत अविवेका. प्राण बक्ष में शोभित वक्ष में शोभित ये तीनों एका. शिव ओंकारा त्रिभुवन शिव की आरती जो कोई नर गावे
स्वामी जो कोई नर गावे
कहत शिवानंद स्वामी
करत शिवानंद स्वामी
मन वांछित फल पावे ओम जय शिव ओंकारा जय शिव ओंकारा प्रभु
जय शिव ओंकारा ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव हररंगीरा ओम जय शिव ओंकारा ओम जय शिव ओंकारा ओम जय शिव ओंकारा
प्रेम से ब्रह्मापति महादेव की जय devotees put our both hands together close our eyes and bow our heads this is your time now your communication with God Om Mangalam Bhagwan Vishnu Mangalam Garudwaja Mangalam Pundarikaksha Mangalaya Tanohari Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Janardanam Yat Pujitam Maya Deva Paripurnam Tadaswami Kayena Vacha Manasendriyaiva Buddhyatmana va Prakrite Swabhavat Karomi Adhya Sakalam Parasme Narayanayeti Samarpayami Narayanayeti Samarpayami Asatoma Satkamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Tvameva Matha त्वमेव बन्धोश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव Om Shanti 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 Hare Om Loud and loudly say Jaikar Bole Shri Siddhi Vinayak Swami ki Umapati Mahadev ki Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Siyavara Ramchandra ki Pavanaputra Hanuman ki Adi Shakti Jagrama Mata ki Bolo Bhai Sab Santan ki Prem se bole Satya Sanatan Dharma ki Prem se bole Satya Sanatan Dharma ki प्रेम से बोले सत्य सनातन धर्म की devotees place both hands and I prostrate our entire beings before the divine Om Namah Parvati Pate Hara Hara Mahadev Shubhamastu Kalyanamastu Bhagwan's blessings to each and every one. Tell the person next to you Sitaram. You have your seats.
Sitaram, everyone. Just a few brief announcements. Firstly, we would like to thank everyone for coming to this morning's satsang, and we hope to see you next Sunday. Also, we invite you to join us on the 8th of March, which is this Friday, from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. for Shivratri.